Alrighty, now here we are, roughly 592 years in the future. As we can see, it seems like there's three great powers in the world. We have this Empire of Galicia. We have the HRE, who I think this is probably one of the more expansive HREs I've seen. The fact that they have Scandinavia, usually they don't go that far. France has been added in a lot more recently. Normally we see them taking more of North Africa, but that's probably one reason or another. And then we have the Deccan Empire. They seem to both, all three seem to be very powerful, seeing as this boy is in some severe amount of debt. Whoa, okay. That's not what I predicted. Somehow Catholicism is the best. And then just right after that, Zoroastrian, which probably is due in part to the intermezzo ending in a Persian, a better way to figure out whether or not how the conflict came to an end. Maybe you all know and can give me some tips and tricks to understand that better. But for now, it looks like the intermezzo ended with a Persian victory against the caliphates. Hostiles are in charge. There is a decent amount of Coptic, but yeah, damn, this is some crazy expansion from the Zoroastrians. Let us look at culture next to see what fun little additions have been added or not added, depending on your interpretation. It's interesting to be starting to see a lot more of the Kurdish faith or culture continue to be flourishing. We see some Baranians Andalusians, some Poblavian Andalusian. What other things Andalusians getting up to? Right into the clan and feudal system. See who stayed and who didn't. For the most part, the lands that were most, I would say, I don't know what the percentages, but a majority of them stayed clan. And maybe that's why they're so powerful, seeing as the HRE is clan, but this empire over here is actually went feudal. What about the Deccan? They seem to be stay clan as well. Trickled in due to like a random noble inheriting land who is not Ordi clan, so that's why this happens. So you'll see that happen, and it looks like the Pope is still poping around. Thing interesting, looks like Kent is taking over parts of England. Galicia has spread into Portugal, it pretty much looks like. Out here in the east, this looks pretty standard, nothing too crazy there. Pontus and Anatolia expanded a little bit. Wallachia took over parts of Moldavia. Greater Moravia is still around, and so is Poblavia. Usually you don't see those in the later dates because they get eaten by Hungary or Germany. Empire map mode, that's probably where we'll see a lot more changes because the Mongols came in and then exploded, as we'd love to do. Bulgaria Empire and Italia, that's pretty standard. This is the Iberian conflict ended in a certain way. HRE must have been, how did you guys get formed? Of course it was a Carling who probably did it. Yeah, sturdy Carlings doing their thing. The Byzantines themselves, it looks like they got blown up one way or another in 1119, or actually 1122, which is not great. We're starting to see them fall apart a lot more. Let's actually take a look at these big old nations and see how much money they're making from this tax system, and if that's like the major reason they're doing so well. And it looks like they are making a decent amount, but the AI is for whatever reason not willing to move past basic. Your opinion of yeah, he doesn't love his lord. So maybe that's why they're keeping him on basic rather than switching it to maybe like the person I would do one of the other modifiers like Zakat to all the people who are not a powerful vassal, just so that they pay out more. I like the nuance with the tax system. It adds a lot more fun playability where you can put people in certain tech categories. I think it helps out the AI and the player a lot better to manage certain transfers of power, because you could always put them in we're gonna be friends tax group. So decent amount of cash in both areas, and one of these two are the more powerful. This guy is probably more powerful with 22,000. As for, I wanted to look and see at the house houses just to see quickly, because I saw that this nation was Carling and this nation was Carling, so I wanted to see how much of the dynastic legacies they completed, and it looks like a majority of them, minus the glory one. Out of the 50,000 people that are in this game, how many of them are genius? This is only 68. Whew. Yeah, it just goes to show you when the player isn't involved, the AI doesn't really focus on creating geniuses as much as possible. What have we learned from this little time lapse? I think the major takeaway from this one is that the clan system, no matter what faith you are, it works out for you more effectively. I think the Christians are good at using the clans to tax the people. Traditionally, clans are going to be, or the people in this area are going to be more wealthy, so maybe they get a little more tax out of them, but it seems like they're also using basic on a lot of them. What we're also starting to see a lot more is the Byzantines not surviving. They're going to consistently, it seems like from an 867 start, this is the second time lapse with the new update we've done, and it seems like the Byzantines explode one way or another. The intermezzo is changing. It's not always the same, like we saw a Zoroastrian finish this time compared to a just Arabian or Abbasid victory. So that's always fun. And as usual, some giant empires coming out of India. I feel like that's always going to be true. There's always consolidation in India enough to have a giant empire, and they usually are the most powerful. So for now, I think that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching this. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, have a good rest of your day. Ciao.